Welcome to this short web tutorial series designed to empower you, the teacher, with the skills and knowledge necessary to create a scaffolded research project which can then be shared with your students, either as a class, a small group, or individually. This series of videos will address this concept from the perspective of a middle school teacher who is teaching extreme weather phenomenon. This project will specifically focus on hurricanes, one of the most extreme storm systems in the world. This third video in our series will guide you, the teacher, through the process of pre-formatted citations from database resources into what will become at first a pathfinder for students conducting research and ultimately a works cited resource for your student or students. I would like to make a quick note here as a librarian. If you are a New York State resident, you do have access to some resources through the New York State library system. Novel New York is an online library of hundreds of magazines, newspapers, maps, charts, research, and reference books that are available to every New Yorker free of charge. Open access to this collection is available to everyone residing in New York State or via a New York ID or library card. Please be sure to use all research resources legally, ethically, and responsibly. If you are not a New York State resident, please consult your local public or school library to find out what resources are available to you. But for now, let's focus on database resources. You'll see right here that I have the New York State Library website pulled up and a link to Novel New York collection. If I click on this, you'll notice that there is an option for students. And clicking on that, we have delineations between elementary, middle, and high school. We're going to select middle school for now. You'll see that there are 3 separate resources available for free to all New York State residents. Britannica School at the middle level, Gale in Context also at the middle level, and Opposing Viewpoints. For today, we're going to take articles from Britannica School, middle school, and Gale in Context, middle school. I actually already have them pulled up in my tabs right here. Right now we're looking at Britannica School for middle school. I'm going to click on the search and I'm going to type in hurricanes or hurricane. I'm going to select the second one, tropical cyclone. The reason that I'm doing that is because I actually front loaded this a little bit and I already know that this is where my article is going to be. But normally that would be part of the research process. All right, so right now I need to know how to use this database. I've read the article, I like the article, I want to use the article. If we look at the top here and we mouse over these options, there are a few options, including this one in red, Cite. If we click on that, we can see a drop-down menu with our format. And remember, we are citing this project using the MLA format. And then we actually have a pre-formatted citation already. I'm going to click Done for now because I also want to go into Gale in Context Middle School. And I'm going to do a search again for hurricanes. And it's auto-populating with hurricanes, so we're going to choose that. This is formatted slightly differently. Instead of being just a straight encyclopedia, you're going to notice as you look down, there's one overview article. There's also a number of reference resources, biographies, magazine articles, images, news articles, primary sources, videos, related topics, and audio resources. So I'm going to go down into reference and I'm going to click and I'm going to take a look at all of my research resources that have been returned to me. Now, for this project, I think I'm going to look at historic hurricanes. And this is my article. You'll see that it's quite extensive. There are a few very major hurricanes that may be useful for my students when they're researching if part of my project includes a request to look up and find information about major historic hurricanes. So this is going to be a useful article to me. And again, I'm looking at the top for that pre-formatted citation option. Please again notice that there are multiple citation formats. We have selected MLA 9th edition, which is the latest edition of the MLA citation format. And we have our pre-formatted citation down here that we can either highlight or select. Click select. Remember, this does not copy. You need to copy in addition to selecting. But for right now, we're going to pause and we're going to return to our Noodletools project. Here we are back on our Noodletools project page, and you can see that Blum Hurricanes is still located at the very top of my screen. I'm going to double click to enter into this project. And for this video, we are going to be staying on the tab located in our vertical left-hand menu labeled Sources. To begin, all new things start with the click of a green button when we are in Noodletools. So I'm going to mouse over to the top right-hand column. I'm going to click on the green New Source. All right, we are using a starter format of citations in Noodletools because this is a project devoted to developing researchers at the middle school level. This could also be researchers who are not seasoned in the process of researching, and this is their first major research project. So I'm going to select database, since those are the resources that we're going to be citing. All right, and to begin with, we're going to cite Encyclopedia Britannica, and you might know that all encyclopedias are considered reference resources, so we are going to select the option for reference. Next, we're going to click the blue Continue option, and we are going to mouse over where it says Quick Cite at the top right-hand corner again. Copy and paste a citation. I'm going to select that by clicking on it. And this is going to be where we're going to paste our pre-formatted citation. So next I'm going to return to my database page for Britannica. And I'm going to mouse over that red button that we saw earlier, labeled Cite. I am going to highlight my pre-formatted citation and I'm going to copy it. Again, please note, be sure that you are citing MLA for this project. All right, so I'm going to click Done and I'm going to return to Noodletools. And now I'm going to click in the manually edited citation. I'm going to paste my citation. And now I'm going to come down and fill out just a few little auxiliary items. To begin with, this does ask us for the publication copyright date, which is located in our citation December 16th, 2022. December 16th, 2022. And there is a field for pasting the URL if there is any, and if it's not already provided in our citation above. However, a quick cursory glance will show us that we do in fact have our URL. It's as easy as that. I'm going to mouse to the top and click on that blue button to end this process, save. And this will create our first pre-formatted citation. Again, please note, you will be told by Noodletools this is a copy of a pre-formatted citation. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing to be using a pre-formatted citation, especially with new novice researchers. However, it's an extra tool added in for you, the teacher, if you ask a student to provide a citation that you want them to do by hand, in other words, on their own, not using a pre-formatted citation, this is a nice tool for a teacher because it will let you know whether or not your students have. If this is an individually completed citation and not a pre-formatted, this message will disappear. It will be blank. All right. Please note that also once you include a citation, you can click view live web page, and that will take you directly back to the article. Again, for databases, you may, depending on the database resource, need to log in when you use this hyperlink, but it's an excellent tool to assist your students, and you can use this to build a list of resources that they will be accessing for the purposes of completing their project. Let's create another one. I'm going to go into the green new button, new source, and I'm going to click on database. And now I'm going to go into my Gale in Context resource because I want to know what kind of a resource this is. This is coming from UXL, Encyclopedia of Weather and Natural Disasters. So again, we see the word encyclopedia and we are thinking reference resources. Since we're here, we're going to click the site and we are going to select, and remember in Gale, this does not copy. So I'm going to right click and copy, or if you're on a Macintosh, you can use keys and hit Command C, or if you're on a Windows device, you can use Control C to copy. I'm going to return to my Noodletools screen, and I'm going to select Reference Resource because we're dealing with an encyclopedia again. I'm going to click Continue. Again, at the top right-hand side of the page, I'm looking for Quick Cite, copy and paste a citation. I am going to right-click and paste. Oh, if it does not let you right-click and paste, again, that Command V function, if you're on a Macintosh, or if you're on a Windows machine, Control V to paste, as in very good. Moving down under publication copyright date, we are going to look at our citation. And for this citation, there is not a month or a day listed, only a year, and that is okay when we are creating citations. We do not always have month and days listed. Sometimes we only have a year listed, and that's all right. So that's all we're going to put down. Again, a quick cursory glance will show us that there is a URL already included, so we do not need to paste one in the URL field. And I am ready to click Save. Again, at the top right-hand corner in blue. And now we have our second resource. So at this point, we can absolutely just continue creating as many citations as we feel our students will need for this project. You can, as a matter of fact, go through new resources, and you can click and cite web pages very simply. Again, you go, if you are filling this out by hand, so to speak, you will fill in under each of the relevant fields your URL, date of copyright or date of publication, the most recent date of access, if there are authors listed for your web page, the title of the web page, the title of the website, and the publisher if it is sufficiently different from the name of the website. And your librarian can show you and tell you a little bit more about when you will need to include the publisher and when you won't. All right. At that point, if you're completed, you're going to click Save or Cancel. Thank you so much. And this concludes our third video on our using Noodletools to create a project outline for middle school students. Thank you so much, and happy researching, friends.